Setting up your environment for better habits. When you are trying to develop good habits, the environment you have set up for yourself can make or break whether you succeed. You want to give yourself the biggest chance of success. It can really help when your surroundings are at their optimal settings. Keep your environment clutter-free. There is nothing worse than trying to focus on good habit development than having to fight through a wall of clutter. If you are looking to be more productive, for instance, it won't help if you are spending a good portion of your day looking for where you put things. Clutter has a negative psychological effect on people. It limits your space. It's not just physical clutter that's a problem. Virtual clutter can be just as problematic. If you are spending lots of time wading through emails or searching your disk for files that you saved weeks ago, this is just as limiting as sifting through papers on your desk. There is even such a thing as phone clutter, where people spend too much time talking on the phone. Organization is going to be a big help in reeling in clutter. Come up with a good system for both the physical and the virtual assets. There are plenty of books and seminars that exist to help you get a handle on the clutter problem. You can look at solving your clutter problem as developing a new habit. Another important aspect of your environment is mental. If you are stressed out, this is going to take away from your ability to develop good habits. You'll focus on what is stressing you out, and it'll become your central target. Without taking the proper measures to reduce that stress, it will be difficult to make any progress with your habit development. There are several ways to reduce stress. The first is to take steps to resolve any situation that you have control over, which are causing you to be stressed. If your bills are getting out of hand, try taking on some extra work to make that more manageable. For stress that is caused that is not within your control, consider such activities as exercise and meditation. While these won't take away those stressful situations, it will make them much easier to manage them. Both of these activities have been proven to help your mind and body reduce the effects caused by stress. Should you seek out a mentor for positive habit creation? Changing habits can be difficult. There's a lot going on in everyone's lives. New habits require adding activities to your routine. Sometimes you may have to break bad habits before you can adopt new and better ones. All these variables make developing new habits quite the challenge. If it seems overwhelming to you, consider taking on a mentor. A qualified mentor will be able to set up a program that is specific to your needs. They will get to know you and what you are looking to accomplish and structure a plan. They can also be helpful in keeping you on track. This is the idea behind weight loss centers, such as Jenny Craig and others. When you join these kinds of programs, you are assigned a counselor that works with you. This is similar in concept to a personal trainer when you join a gym. The trainer will structure an exercise program that is specific to you. There are other types of habits that may lend well to having a mentor. In fact, you can hire someone to be a life coach. This person will structure a plan in several categories of your life that you are looking to improve. Obviously, you want to find someone who is qualified. The best way to go about this is word-of-mouth references. This type of coaching is expensive, so you don't want to rely solely on a Google search to find a qualified mentor. Try to find a friend or colleague who has gone through a similar program and ask if the mentor they used actually helped them out. Try to notice if these people have improved their lives. Do you see noticeable changes in these people? If you don't see changes, This could mean the mentor wasn't much good, or they simply reverted back to their old habits. Either way, that could be a red flag. In order for a mentor to structure a program towards your needs, you need to prepare exactly what you want to get out of the program. You should ask many questions about what is going to be expected of you and what kind of time you are going to be required to put into making the necessary changes. You also want to find out what type of support is available during the program, as well as when it is complete. Ask about a guarantee as well. You are paying for results, so you want it to actually work for you. Helpful resources for developing good habits. When trying to develop good habits, referring to good resources can be of tremendous help. The resources on this page are broken down into various categories to help whenever you are trying to develop a good habit within that category. These categories are the more popular categories, and that is the reason for their inclusion. General resources on how to develop good habits. There are many resources that can help you develop good habits. It's always a good idea to get different perspectives and try new techniques. The following are some of the top resources to reference. LinkedIn.com, Lifehacker.com, MarksDailyApple.com, SparringMind.com. Habits to learn better. If you are a student or you simply want methods to learn more effectively, you should try to improve your study habits. This will make learning easier and quicker. The following are resources that can help you study better. Franklin.edu, FoxBusiness.com. Stress reduction habits. If you are one who is constantly stressed, your quality of life will be negatively affected. Stress has been shown to take a toll on your physical and emotional well-being. It's important to do everything you can to reduce your levels of stress. Occasional stress is normal. When stress levels increase to the point that it is frequent, something needs to be done to alleviate it. Use these resources to develop stress-busting habits. ZenHabits.net. Habits to help with weight loss. There are many diets on the market that focus on people losing weight. The problem is, after people reach their weight loss goals, they often put back on the weight. This is because most weight loss programs don't focus on changing your habits. They only focus on taking the weight off. If you change the way you think about your eating habits, you will have a much better chance of maintaining a healthy weight. The following are some resources that can get you to that point. BerkeleyWellness.com, Women'sHealthMag.com. Habits to help get in better shape. Exercise programs also focus on helping people lose weight. When people reach their target weight, they tend to put back on the weight and stop exercising. Like dieting, it's necessary to develop long-term habits with your exercise program. Use the following resources to help develop those habits. WebMD.com, Women'sHealthMag.com. There are several other categories of habits that are not included in this list. This is simply the popular categories. Even here, it pays to research others, as these lists change and new ones are added all the time. Companies offer healthy options to lower healthcare costs. Health premiums are on the rise. This fact is making it more difficult for companies to cover their employees. Many companies are covering only the employee at a subsidized rate. If they offer to cover spouses and families, it is being done at the full rate. Even the employees are being asked to pay more in premiums than ever before. Because of this, several companies are implementing programs to help employees be more health conscious. Some are even going as far as trying to force employees to take advantage of them. Many companies offer memberships to gyms. Sometimes they pay for it in full, and other times they provide memberships at a subsidized rate. Several employees take advantage of the memberships, at least in the short term. It's going to largely depend on how convenient the gym is, both in location and hours of operation. It's also going to depend on the motivations of the employees themselves. There'll be people who become gym rats and use the gym membership every day. Others may go 2 or 3 times a week. Then, there'll be the rest that will either go on occasion or never set foot in the gym. It's a good step for companies to offer this benefit to their employees, even if only half take advantage of it. That could lead to significant savings due to less medical use by those employees. If they are healthy, they won't go to the doctor as often. Some companies are offering benefits to help employees overcome addiction and other health issues. This can benefit these companies in the long run, as the employees will not be absent as much as when they were under the substance abuse. Smokers who quit will no longer be taking smoke breaks. These measures all help to increase productivity, while at the same time lower health care costs. There are employees that feel it's not fair they have to pay higher premiums for other employees not willing to take better care of themselves. The thinking is their bad habits are helping to drive up the rates. Companies could counteract this by implementing programs that reward people for good checkups, etc. However, this opens up issues of giving up too much information to the company with regard to the employees' medical histories. Many employees feel that companies already have way more information about them than they should be allowed. It's a difficult situation and one that seems to be constantly evolving. What are your failure plans? One of the biggest reasons we fail to develop good habits is because they take time. But another subtle reason is that we don't plan for what happens when we fail. When people don't have guidelines on what to do when the original plan didn't work, we pass off learning the good habits as they weren't meant to be. By setting up a plan for what to do if the original plan fails, we take away excuses. Without the plan, we would simply pass it off as trying. With a failure plan, we now have exact steps to take. One question you may be asking yourself is, how do you come up with a failure plan? Try to find others who have gone through the process of developing the habit you are trying to develop yourself. Ask them if they were successful in developing the habit and if they hit any roadblocks along the way. Ask what they did to overcome those roadblocks. That, in essence, becomes your failure plan. It wouldn't be a bad idea to keep those same people in the loop as far as your progress. They can act as a kind of support group and can serve to keep you on track. This not only helps you achieve your desired results, but it has the potential to build up some friendships as well. Too many people look at failure as a losing entity, when in fact it should be looked upon as the opposite. If you peel back the layers of experience of many successful people, you will see those layers filled with failures. It's how they handled those failures that led to their success. It's what you do with the failures that define whether you will eventually succeed. The only surefire way to truly fail is to give up completely. You may also wonder what happens if the failure plan doesn't work out. There is nothing stopping you from having multiple failure plans, in the event one of them didn't help you to achieve the results you were looking for. Having multiple alternate plans will give you the confidence that you can succeed and will show you that you are committed to doing so. This greatly increases the chances of success, because failure is no longer an endgame, it's a new starting point. Any plans you do come up with, write and print them out. Refer to them whenever you are trying to accomplish what's on those plans.